I know
Peter
this nigga
changed her.
actually did. That
Peter put Megatron on there.
that shit's
Yo, Peter.
Birth cert. They go out of their way to make her life miserable, bully her, humiliate her, and even physically harm her for sport.
Whoa, is that God? Is that God he's trying to bring her home?
She and a group of girls wore masks to a
not
party
this episode.
just to hide their
Not this
faces and
episode.
improve their chances of hooking up.
Not this
We are
episode.
so gonna hook up. I think we look hot. Totally hot.
Ugly
Right.
bitches!
Meg was. And the one time
It
she
was.
finally managed to land a seemingly normal boyfriend,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that didn't last long. In Ghost,
How the hell is he hitting that little shit? How does he piss? How does he poop?
No, I don't know.
That's too many questions for that.
is a completely different person. Tattoos,
this one she
hardened
came
demeanor,
back.
full-on prison mentality.
Whoa, hold the fucking phone here. What the hell? Why Meg
She
look so
said,
she looks so gangster? Nah, I remember this shit. She looks so gangster. She finna stick that bitch up
She
his ass.
finna
Megan Griffin, aka Megatron Griffin. But today we're finna go ahead and get into it. This is the inspo because I seen it. And I actually, personally, I fuck with Meg out of all of them in the whole little thing. You feel what I'm saying? You know you got the Stewie lovers. But I fuck with Meg, even though they do her so dirty. And since of that, this is dedicated to her. So, but it also is titled to see if I will hate Family Guy. We're gonna see if it will change my mind about hating the actual show. But I love the character. But we're finna, you know what I'm talking about. But I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for the love in the last video. Shout out y'all. Like this video up, man. You feel what I'm saying? You don't gotta subscribe unless you want to. Please keep me out of it. But I love y'all, man. I'll let y'all get into the video.
Wanted
Well, I hate
black
Family
sheep of
Guy.
your family? Let me introduce you to Megatron Harvey Oswald Griffin.
What?
That can't be a full
That
name.
can't be her full name.
That
Of your
can't be a
family,
full-
let me introduce you to Megatron Harvey
Megatron Harvey Oswald.
I know you
Oswald Griffin.
I know you fucking lying.
Meg has spent her
I know
entire
you-
life as an unwanted mistake, neglected, bullied, sold off, locked away, and
I
treated.
need somebody to fact check that. I'm tripping about that. If that I already don't like this.
that can't be real.
That's not her
That
full
can't be
name.
real.
That cannot be her full name, bro. Hold on.
Got two middle names.
Hell nah, I got it. Nah, bro.
In a way. In a way. In a way. In a way.
That's Meg's actual full name.
Yo, ass.
Yo, wait. this nigga's-
Megatron.
Yo, Megatron Harvey Oswald Griffin. Why is there no female name in there?
Nah.
Who would have thought? Yo, I already, nigga, I hate it already.
treated like she barely exists. And just 20
I'm today's year old. I figured that shit out now. What the hell?
think it can't get worse, she finds out she
Damn, Stewie?
might not even be her father's kid. Or worse, she might be the mother of her own baby brother. The abuse she endured
What?
would have made any sane person file a lawsuit
Damn, that's fucked up.
and
Wait,
erase the
what?
Griffin surname.
They do that.
Stop! You got stop! Okay.
Why they all spitting on her though? God damn, yo. I know they did her
Damn.
bad, but that's fucked up.
But is she really just the
Nah, this is fine shit, Meg, right here. This is some fine shit, Meg, right here. No bullshit.
family's favorite
Man,
punching
what-
bag? Or is there something even darker
Now,
at
this
play?
Meg right
Let's
here
start
is
with her
fucked up.
early life, where you'll see that Meg was cooked even before she set foot on Earth. From the moment she entered the
Really?
world, the universe seemed to have it out for her, starting with being born to Peter and Lois Griffin, to show the
Yeah.
kind of ordeal she was in for at birth.
Yeah, that's true. Being a kid, yeah,
Wait,
that's cooked.
I
That's
know
cooked.
that. Oh, wait, hold on. I know
Peter
this
changed
nigga
her.
actually did. That
Peter put Megatron on there.
That shit's
Yo,
Her
Peter.
birth certificate to Megatron
Oh,
after her mother had
whoa.
already selected Megan. Now, she should have a normal, if not slightly dysfunctional suburban childhood. Family Guy had other plans, and she had a one-way ticket to being the show's favorite punching bag. From the beginning, she was
Facts.
neglected, insulted,
Damn.
and treated like an afterthought by pretty
Toe
much
all in her
everyone in her
mouth.
life. Her early seasons
Who
tried to
told
paint her
that?
as your typical
Wait, what? The episode? What toe was that?
awkward teenage
told
girl,
that?
desperate for validation, socially anxious,
least she-
and just
hey.
trying to get through high school without becoming a
forgot
meme.
shit.
The Family Guy writers instead anxious, and just trying to get through high school without becoming a meme.
Yo, if this was Mad Gang, what in the absolute fuck?
You wanna know the craziest thing about this?
What?
But she's actually the voice actor. The voice actor is actually
Whoa,
fine.
yo, I was gonna say, get that shit out, gang. Oh,
Get
shit.
your ass up, I'll whoop your ass.
My fault. My fault.
You don't
Yeah.
want to talk about your moments, nigga.
Family Guy writers
Right.
instead chose to make her life a running gag. Instead of giving her a redemption arc, they doubled down on making her the
Damn.
embodiment of
Ooh.
teenage misery.
Man, I was so bad. She got Squidward in it. It got back ugly. Oh my god, that would hurt. That would hurt
I
me.
forgot all about that episode.
Oh my god, yo, punched her, made her look like Squidward when he got hit with that door.
Constantly on the receiving end of Peter's cruelty
Damn.
and Lois's indifference, her life became a series of relentless humiliations.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Get out.
Honestly, if Meg ever saw therapy, her therapist would need therapy too. For someone so young, she has been through a lot. From the very first episode.
What if your teddy bear just decided to commit suicide like that? God, don't, yo, what did I do? This was
Episode of
what did
Family
I
Guy in
do?
1999, Meg's age was loosely assumed to be 15, though it was never explicitly confirmed. By
So
I
that
Never
means
Met
she's
a
like
Dead
30
Man,
now?
she's assumed to be 16 when she gets her driver's license, and she stays that age throughout the show's initial run. She officially turned 17 in Peter's Two Dads and 18 in Quagmire and Meg. She even celebrates a couple more birthdays, one in Papa Has a Rollin' Son, and another in Better Off Meg. Let's be honest, her family doesn't care enough to keep track. In Better Off Meg, they literally forgot
she's
what she
like
looks like and
19?
assume she's a barrel. A barrel.
What?
Hello?
Mom, where are you guys?
Who is this?
It's Meg. Where is everyone?
Who is that?
Someone who says she's Meg.
Wait, they
That's
actually
crazy.
thought, yo, that's so fucked up.
Give me that.
Where's her hair at though? That means is Meg bald? She's stressing.
Okay, Meg, if this is you, what's your birthday?
March 23rd.
I have no idea if that's correct. Good
Oh,
day, sir.
Damn.
Sorry about that, everyone.
imagine
Now
your
let's get
parents tell you that. Yo, that's so cool.
back to the fair and
March
enjoy your
23rd,
March
7 days.
23rd.
Meg started out as the show's designated punchline, but as the seasons progressed, the writers doubled
I
down.
feel not being
The
on Red
family,
Dead.
especially Peter, doesn't just neglect her, they go out of their way to make her life miserable, bully her, humiliate her, and even physically harm her for sport.
Whoa, is that God? Is that God trying to?
Brian, a literal
Yo.
dog, gets more respect than she does. At this point, you have to wonder, what did Meg do to deserve this? The answer? Absolutely
nothing.
nothing. She's just a plain-looking girl with shoulder-length brown hair and a signature beanie. But in the Family Guy universe, her appearance is treated as some kind of visual war crime. Her so-called ugliness is played for laughs in ways that would break her.
Wow. Ew, Stewie. Ew.
Crazy.
Ew.
I would kill my family member if they did that shit.
A real
Put a
person
homeless
psych,
man
and
like
Mr.
that.
Griffin goes to Washington, they hire an even uglier girl to stand next to her just so she looks better by comparison.
Hi. Can I help you?
Yeah, some company hired me to stand next to you all day so you'd look better by comparison.
That
That
shit's
shit
fucked up.
crazy.
Oh no. Oh my God. Yo.
In Don't Make Me Over, two people doused themselves in gasoline and set themselves on fire, throw themselves out of a window
What?
screaming in horror after simply looking at Meg.
You need any? How do
That shit.
What?
these jeans look?
Where the
That
heck did you
shit
even get that from?
crazy.
Where did you even get that? Why you know that's in there? But why would you set yourself ablaze?
And yet, none of that compares to United Griffin family history, where burglars mistake her for a boy, take her hostage, and then refuse to have their way with her because they find her so repulsive. Meg, in full
Really?
desperation mode, gets offended
I
and
remember this shit. Nigga she tried to get down. She's like, don't do it to me, nigga.
insists she's pretty,
They ain't want
even
to.
demanding that they sleep with her.
Oh, no, no, no! What'd she say? She asked if we were gonna have our way with her.
No, seriously, I won't scream or
Ew.
anything.
No, no
She
sex.
swore I wouldn't scream or anything.
Come on, I'm pretty.
Damn.
The burglars are so
At
traumatized
that
that
point, that's reverse sexual assault. That's reverse essay. That's the biggest Uno card I ever seen.
they sue her for sexual harassment.
Unfortunately, they're pressing sexual harassment
Oh,
charges
they
against
did. Why did I call that?
your daughter.
Well, that was a close call.
You know, Meg should probably get a lawyer.
At this point, Meg is one bad day away from a full-blown villain origin story.
And then shit when she started beating
so
on niggas.
low, it might as well be 6 feet under. And
Wasn't that the episode where she started beating on folks like Peter and stuff?
every attempt she makes to fit in blows up in her face spectacularly. So when it comes to Meg's social life, or lack thereof, it's just
let that be Meg when she got older.
Another tragic chapter in her ongoing misery.
Ew.
Hey, Meg! Hanging out with all your friends?
Hey, Will! The ocean's that way!
Whoa.
That's a good one, too.
She has no real friends. In fact, even her dolls would rather throw themselves in front of a moving bus than spend time with her.
Oh, no.
Meg desperately wants to be...
That would hurt. Ooh, wait. Ooh, imagine going against all these motherfuckers in dodgeball.
Meg's to be part of the cool crowd. As with everything in her life, luck isn't on her side. She once pretended to
Even a cripple was gonna throw something at him.
Be a lesbian just to feel like she belonged somewhere. This happened when she unknowingly accepted an invitation to hang out, only to realize she had just joined the school's lesbian alliance. And instead of coming clean like any normal person, she doubled down, completely changing her personality and identity just to keep her new social circle. But as expected, the whole thing eventually became too much and...
What was that? What was that?
Now she had to come out and admit the truth.
The first time in my life, I felt like I belonged, and I wanted it to be true. So I pretended to be something I'm not.
You're going to choose to be heterosexual?
I thought being gay wasn't a choice.
Well, not for guys.
It was wrong of me to
Wait, what? Say the last part again.
To be heterosexual?
I thought being gay wasn't a choice.
Well, not for guys.
Yeah, what? Hey, she got a point, maybe.
It was wrong of me
I had to say maybe.
In some episodes, Meg is shown at slumber parties, gossiping about boys and seemingly having friends. But don't be fooled, these girls are just as dateless and socially outcast as she is. In one Halloween episode, she and a group of girls wore masks to a party just to hide their faces and improve their chances of hooking up.
Not this
I'm
episode.
so gonna hook up. I think we look hot. Totally hot.
Ugly bitches!
Meg was
Yeah, that show the next part. That show the next part. Get.
Oh my God.
until she found out that the guy she finally kissed almost went to third.
Yo, when these episodes is, I don't remember none of these episodes. These are like some newer shit going on here.
Base with was actually her brother. In her defense, he was dressed as Optimus Prime, so maybe.
What? No. No.
In some bizarre alternate universe, Megatron and Optimus were a thing? But this was high school, and instead of a legendary battle...
Megatron and Optimus. Yo, this is ironic as fuck. The irony in that is crazy.
The only thing that got destroyed was...
She revolved around Optimus. Oh,
Meg's
no.
already non-existent
Oh,
reputation.
no.
Her dating life is just as disastrous. I
Peter
mean,
really
her
called it.
boyfriend was a dead guy.
I'm back. I brought another picnic. You're such a good listener. You're not like the other boys.
The only people interested in
She
her
gonna
are
lounge
guys
and
like
all your
Neil, who has
mans.
no options, or creeps like Quagmire, who will literally go after anything in a skirt. This doesn't take the
That's
slack
good
off Meg.
points.
Her own romantic decisions are questionable, to say the least. In Dial Meg for Murder, she dates a prisoner named Luke. Luke later escapes, and when Meg tries to hide him, she gets caught and sent to prison herself.
How'd your
Really?
parole hearing go?
Not good. Looks like I'm gonna be in here another 3 years.
Oh,
Damn.
Luke.
Oh, I don't expect you to wait for me, Meg.
That's not as bad as it gets. And
Ooh,
Valentine's Day in
what's her
Quahog,
eye?
she goes on a date with a guy named Toby, whom she met online. The dude knocks her out, steals one of her kidneys, and disappears, but instead of
Stole her kidney? Damn.
being horrified, Meg holds him to his original promise of a full day together. After their wonderful date, he gives her kidney back, and she proudly keeps it in a jar in her room. No, that wasn't cute, it was just tragic. And the one time she
was.
finally managed to land a seemingly normal boyfriend,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that didn't last long. In Ghost,
How the hell is he hitting that little shit? How does he piss? How does he poop?
No, I don't know.
That's too many questions for that. There's too many questions.
do we go?
Does he like throw it back up?
Maybe
Is he
maybe
throwing
got
shit?
that one shit, but
How? There's no like way for him to like get rid of that shit. It's like a hole in the bottom of his shit. Is it like a hole that he just like just spreads
maybe he got
open or
that one
something?
shit, gang.
What's the one shit? What are you talking about?
I don't know how. To explain.
Oh, nah, I remember there's a little bag that people be putting on On their side.
No, that on their stomach.
Yeah, the little thing on the. Okay.
There's something in your stomach that you can like.
Starts dating a guy named Anthony. For once, all of Quahog is shocked. Anthony isn't a creep, a loser, or ugly. Meg is actually proud of herself. That feeling lasts about 2 minutes before she introduces him to her family.
Oh,
and then Lois seduces him because, of course, she does.
Can I kiss you?
Let me ask you this. Do my gray hairs bother you?
What gray hairs?
Kiss me.
Oh,
Mom, I forgot my keys. Do you know where?
But perhaps
that would piss y'all. That would kill me. Damn, this is crazy pics right there, Meg. I'm gonna keep it 100. But nah, bro. Oh my god, yo, that would fry me. Oh my god, I walk in and then somebody keep fucking up my girl.
nothing tops what happened in Lego My Mego. Meg gets kidnapped
Lego
and sold
My
off to a
Mego.
rich man. When she informs Peter, does he rush to save her? Nope, he just accepts that she's dead and moves on. Come on, guys, were you expecting anything else? Turns out the man didn't buy her as a sex slave, but to marry his son, Prince Faisal. When the young prince romantically proposes, Meg gladly accepts, thinking she's finally caught a break. Just as she's settling into her new, much better reality, Stewie shows up and puts a bullet in her fiance's brain.
Oh my god, her family always hoeing her, bro. Oh my god. Why does her family keep doing that?
It's a fucking man.
Oh my god, straight through the eye, by the way.
That wasn't the only time Meg came close to tying the knot. And Peter's daughter, she falls for a medical student named Michael Milano and soon announces that she's pregnant with his baby. Naturally, the two got engaged, but when Meg finds out she isn't actually pregnant, she comes clean to Michael, hoping he'll stay. Nah, he doesn't. Instead, he bails and leaves her at the altar. How much more unlucky can one person be? Out of sheer loneliness, Meg even ends up dating Bruce, a gay man. And if that wasn't bad...
How does that work? How does that work?
enough, she actually insists on marrying him. Thankfully, that train wreck gets called off before it can go.
Oh, wow, damn. Straight up affair.
Any further. But Bruce does make a comeback in a later episode, this time with his husband. And what does he ask Meg? To be a surrogate for their baby. Surprisingly, she agrees against her parents' warnings that this is an objectively terrible idea. So, Meg goes through with the implantation, carries the pregnancy to term, and gives birth to a daughter named Liza. But Bruce doesn't show up to take the baby, leaving Meg stuck with a kid. Just when you think she's been abandoned again, Bruce reveals that Meg was the one constantly asking them to delay picking Liza up. Now the real question is, why on earth would Meg want to raise a baby in the Griffin household? When Meg finally gets fed up with everyone treating...
She wants a new punching bag. A new punching bag. That's all that is.
Her like some hideous swamp creature, she gets a full-blown makeover and Don't Make Me Over, and just like that, her attractiveness instantly skyrockets in everyone's eyes. Suddenly, she experiences a whole new reality. One of fame, desirability, and attention she's never known before. This was a wild shift considering that earlier in the episode, people were literally dousing themselves in gasoline and setting themselves on fire just to avoid...
Why do you keep saying people get put on fire when they see her, bro? That's so fucked up. Why do I keep going back? You keep coming back to this.
Looking at her. Yeah, it was that bad. During this brief moment of popularity, she loses her virginity to Saturday Night Live comedian Jimmy Fallon, of all people, as part of an elaborate cold open sketch.
You know, there's something there's something I gotta tell you. What? Being with you just made me feel so alive from New York. It's Saturday night!
Motherfucker was getting recorded. Oh my god. Oh my god. GG.
It's Saturday Night Live!
Oh my god!
Yeah, that wasn't a very good opening sketch, was it?
Throughout Family Guy, one thing remains painfully clear. There's no luck or love for Meg Griffin in this world. And naturally, this takes a serious toll on her emotional and mental health. There are tons of episodes that reveal the emotional struggle and crisis she goes through. In Barely Legal, she threatens to commit suicide when no one at school will be her prom date. It gets so bad that she tells her parents she's going upstairs to eat a whole bag of peanuts. No, that wasn't just a casual snack. She's allergic to peanuts. That was a cry for help. Luckily, Brian takes pity on her and offers to be her date. At the event, a slightly tipsy Brian defends her from a bully and, big mistake, pays her a rare compliment. Meg.
Mind you, she just kissed a dog. She literally just kissed a dog.
So starved for any kind of affection, immediately falls obsessively in love with him. And when I say obsessed, I mean obsessed. She starts wearing his dog collar, bakes him a pie with her own hair inside it, and even kidnaps him, tying him up in her room. Thankfully, the police intervened before things could hit a peak level of absurdity. Brian isn't the only poor soul Meg obsessively latched onto just for showing her a shred of kindness. When their wheelchair-bound neighbor Joe gives Meg a ride to school, she's stunned that he actually drops her off at the front, unlike her own family, who usually ditches her a block away.
Isn't that where you wanted to go?
Well, yeah, but most times people just drop me off a block away so they don't have to be seen with me.
Oh, that's gay. I don't mind being seen with you.
Nah, that's gay. Hey, I fuck with that budget.
You don't?
Of course not.
That tiny act of decency is all it takes for Meg to develop a full-blown crush. She even starts referring to Joe as her boyfriend and takes things to the next level by slipping into his wife Bonnie's clothes while she's out of town. At first, Joe humors her out of pity, but when Meg finds out Bonnie's returning, pulls a peak Meg move, stealing Joe's gun and sneaking it into Bonnie's luggage and getting her arrested at the airport. Wait, it gets worse. Fully convinced they're meant to be, Meg literally throws herself in front of Joe's car.
Why? Nigga, Meg! Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Imagine that kind of romantic dedication, but unfortunately for her, Joe doesn't exactly see it that way. Once she's in the hospital, he gently breaks the news and that he only likes her as a friend. Devastating blow for Meg, but a huge relief for Joe, and honestly for Bonnie too. Sure, in typical fashion, Family Guy plays these moments for laughs, but beneath the humor lies something darker. Meg's desperation for emotional validation.
Nah, that shit was sick though, yo. She jumped straight in front of that car. No hesitation.
Her unresolved trauma spills out into obsessiveness, vices, violent behaviors, and even self-harm. In the episode Goes to Ego, Meg rips out her own tooth just to prove she's tougher than Lois.
I'll do anything. You don't know me.
Oh my god.
I remember she did that shit. She yanked that motherfucker though. Like that was a little too. Your tooth weak. Your teeth weak. You got weak teeth. How you pull like that easily? I think it's pretty hard. Oh no, she got good grip straight.
For someone who's constantly treated like a joke, she sure has a violent streak. And the saddest part? That aggression is just another symptom of her deep-rooted craving for validation. In one episode, after a man rear-ends Peter's car, Meg snaps, brutally beating the guy in a fit of rage.
Why would they?
What the hell is your problem, you dumb bimbo?
You should have been doing that to Peter though. Look how they looking. Look at the back guy. Look at the back side. They look like, oh, that could have been us. That could have been us. They look like, yo, we need to stop messing with her.
And how does Peter, the world's most neglectful father, react? By calling her actions awesome. That one moment of approval is enough to send Meg down a path of reckless, destructive behavior, anything to impress him. Things take an even darker turn when Meg ends up in jail for harboring her fugitive boyfriend. By the time she's released, she's a completely different person. Tattoos, hardened demeanor, full-on prison mentality.
Whoa, hold the fucking phone here. What the hell? Why Meg look so... She looks so gangster. Nah, I remember this shit. She looks so gangster. She finna stick that bitch up.
For the first time ever,
that shit
the family's
broomstick up in your head. Tell her what to do. Tell her take that.
Be afraid of her, and rightfully so. She gives them a taste of their own medicine, knocking Peter's teeth out and mercilessly beating him.
I could toot my own horn, but I believe I hold the distinction of...
What you did? What you do? What you do? What you do? Yeah! Yeah! This is the best episode. Meg actually get to put hands on niggas. She been ready to put hands on people. Give me them teeth. Give me them teeth. Give me them teeth.
Bitch. Now who's the funniest?
I know my way around a joke.
Shut your ass up.
Humility, it'll save your life.
Shut up, nigga.
There better be beer in the fridge.
Facts. If it ain't...
Boy, I liked her better when she was more predictable.
But even then, her violence is still just a symptom of
I fucking love Meg in this episode. Oh my gosh. Got the blick on him and everything. Yeah. What you gonna do about it? I got that eye on you.
While robbing Mort's pharmacy, she bitterly admits that no one cares about her. Luckily, Brian steps in again to remind her that this isn't who she is and that she can change. At the end of the day, Brian seems to be the only one on the show who ever treats Meg with even a shred of respect. Desperate to fill the void inside her, Meg even turned to religion at some point, but in true Meg fashion, this conversion went awry when she took it way too extreme. Brian had to be the one to step in to show her the flaws in her belief.
Megan, like, when she do stuff, she does it to the, like, she full on commits. Like, She commits to
This
that
convincing
motherfucker.
argument? A just and kind God wouldn't put you in a family like this.
And what kind of God would put you in a house where no one respects or cares about you, not even enough to get you a damn mumps shot?
That's good points.
And you want to know just how right he is? Let's really take a look at how her family treats her. Her mother literally co-opts her into prostitution for a day just to make money for Chris's tuition fees. Let that sink in. In wasted talent, Lois forces Meg to practice the piano, and by force. I mean, she actually shackles her to an iron ball with an ankle bracelet to keep her in the house. Lois's cruelty toward Meg gets so extreme that her school lunches consist of literal food waste, peels, crusts, and just a twist a knife, taunting picture of Lois eating a turkey leg.
Oh, fucking boy, don't you, boy. Somebody getting ended. Somebody, yo,
In that same
what
episode, Lois
gangster
essentially
man?
gives
Gangster
up on her
man would
daughter
never.
entirely, hands her a bottle of pills and a Sylvia Plath book, and tells her, whatever happens, happens.
We need more
yeah,
gangster
if
Meg
you
in the
didn't catch the
business.
subtext here, she's basically telling Meg to unalive herself. Even the neighbors know that the family doesn't care about Meg. One time, Joe desperately tries to get Lois to save him from falling into a giant sewer pipe by saying this.
Joe, you're too heavy. I can't hang on.
Pretend I'm your child, Lois. Nutmeg, nutmeg.
That shit funny.
It's so messed up, but it's so funny. Pretend I'm your child. Not Nick. And she ganged him up as soon as she got all the strength out of nowhere, huh? Okay.
Pretty much says it all. But to be fair, Lois isn't always a monster to Meg. There are moments where she shows genuine care, like when a teacher spreads absolute nonsense about sex education, causing Meg and other teens to settle for ear sex to keep their chastity vows. Lois steps in to correct the dangerous misinformation. And also, when she believes Meg has died and better off Meg, she actually seems heartbroken and reminisces about making dong-shaped Christmas cookies with her. Sweet, right? Well, not so fast. This is the same woman who couldn't even
that motherfucker making dick cookies? Dead cookies?
recognize her own daughter's voice over the phone and literally mistook Meg for a barrel, so no, she doesn't get a free pass for being a terrible parent. And then there was Chris, who once lifted up her skirt, exposing her bra, just to make Brian throw up as an excuse to take him to the vet. But that's nothing compared to what he does when the family believes Meg is dead. Instead of grieving, this dude milks the dead sister sympathy card to boost his popularity at school, scoring dates with the hottest girls. And when Meg calls him to say she's actually alive, does Chris feel
I would be so mad.
relieved? Not at all. He sees her return as a threat to his social status, so he throws her into a van and locks her up in a basement somewhere only God knows where.
Oh, wow.
Hello? Hello? Where is everyone?
Damn,
Damn it,
Meg.
Chris. I don't care that you're popular now. Let me out of here!
Even Stewie doesn't sit on the sidelines. The evil genius baby takes endless joy in taunting Meg about her supposed ugliness, her virginity, and her inability to keep a boyfriend.
Oh, there, let me dry those tears. Yes, your anguish sustains me.
The only reason she doesn't seem to react much is...
Yo, that's... Why did that make me laugh so much? Yo, your anger, it sustains me. Your anguish.
Probably because, at the writer's discretion, most of the cast, except Brian, can't actually hear Stewie's speech. That being said, when Meg is kidnapped, Stewie does go all out to rescue her. So I guess sometimes even he has a soft spot for her.
Who the hell is this? There's no way this is Meg.
Speaking of her relationship with Stewie, there's a wild fan theory that he might actually be Meg's kid. The theory stems from the episode Partial Terms of Endearment, where Lois makes a joke implying that Meg was the one who gave birth to Stewie. But instead of reacting with shock or denial, Meg just doesn't react at all. Suspicious? Maybe. Some people theorize that Meg isn't actually Peter's biological daughter, but the result of one of Lois's affairs. Brian once revealed that her real father is someone named Stan Thompson, but since Meg had her headphones on at the time, she completely missed this bombshell. Honestly, that would explain a lot, especially why Peter treats her worse than anyone else. She was basically rejected from conception. On a cruise ship, he casually tells guests how he and Lois went to get an abortion, but changed their minds at the last second. Then he adds, 3 months later, our daughter Meg was born, suggesting that her birth wasn't exactly planned or even correctly timed. To top it off, she was born with a birth defect, and her parents actually tried to abandon her at a fire station shortly after. If they didn't want her so badly, giving her up for adoption would have been a much kinder option. Instead, Peter practically admits in a letter that he thought she was a house pet for the longest time. But that's actually one of the less awful things he's done to her. Constantly insults and ridicules her, physically abuses her whenever he gets the chance, and constantly farts on her.
Oh my God, Dad, you farted! That is so nasty!
No, Meg, this is crucial, all right? The sexiest thing a woman can do for a man is learn to love his gas. Love the gas, Meg. Love it!
Why the fuck would I want to love my father's gas? Why the fuck? I don't... She said a man's, not yours. Ooh.
No,
Meg,
no. This is why we're here. This is why we're here.
He wrote to Rupert he's disgusted that Meg has to be his personal driver and spends the entire time tormenting her, at one point even setting her hat on fire while she's behind the wheel.
Ew, that was a nasty ass wet willy. That was a nasty wet willy. That was a mean one. Oh my God.
Stop it!
That was mean.
Hey, guys, check this out.
Hey, man.
Another time, he literally sells her just to pay off his pharmacy tab.
Up the tab, and your son can have Meg.
What?
Yep, all you gotta do is sign this contract.
Are you out of your mind? You can't sell me, you fat son of a bitch!
Whoa!
Thanks.
Careful getting this fish off the hook, Mort. She's got some fangs.
What do you think of that, Neil? Daddy bought you a girlfriend. Excuse me?
Yet, somehow, he once claimed they were secret best friends only to immediately throw lemonade in her face and insist he had to keep up appearances. He even tried seducing Luke Perry to protect Meg from a libel suit, at one point saying he'd take a bullet for her, but that was a one-time thing. The very next moment, he was back to treating her like garbage, because, of course he was. Finally, Meg reaches her breaking point and stands up for herself. In the episode Seahorse Seashell Party, she finally calls out her family for the years of mistreatment she's endured. She tears into Lois and Peter, rightfully labeling them as some of the worst parents imaginable.
Oh, and when you're not terrorizing the community with your impulsive escapades, you're being a total jerk to your family. You shove your daughter's face in your ass and you fart on it. If someone in the outside world could see the way you treat me, you would be in jail. See if you find this funny.
I like where this is going.
You're a fat, lazy, abusive, blue-collar Irish Catholic dad who drinks way too much and barely makes enough money to support his family. You've lived half your life and you have nothing to show for it. Your only arguable accomplishments are your kids. And look at us.
But instead of any real change, Meg's confrontation causes the entire family to spiral, turning their usual abuse on each other. It's then that Meg realizes something even more depressing. She's nothing more than a lightning rod for their dysfunction, absorbing their toxicity so they don't tear each other apart. And just when it seems like she might finally break free from the cycle, she does the most depressing and unthinkable. She apologizes. Everything snaps back to the same toxic normal, and Meg is once again the family punching bag. It's just like I said earlier, if she ever...
Fucking dumbass. Yo, let that family burn, gang. Yo, let it burn.
Or goes for therapy, therapist would need to see a therapist too, because her story is just all shades of dark and sad. But while Meg's past and present is a wild and tragic one, her future is not something even I would have anticipated. In the season 4 episode Stu and Stewie's Excellent Adventure, we get a glimpse of the Griffin family's future. Peter is still a douchebag man-child, and Chris is unsurprisingly stuck in a toxic marriage. Meg, however, undergoes a gender reassignment surgery.
Oh, hi, Ron.
I can't stay too late. I gotta go shop for a razor. You know, for my face, where I grow my beard.
Okay, we get it, Ron. You're a guy.
I guess for everyone in the show that always thought she was a guy, there wouldn't be much confusion now. What's interesting about the gender change is that it's an interesting nod to the episode Quagmire's Dad, where Meg compliments Ida after her gender reassignment surgery, only for Ida to casually assume Meg has had the procedure too. While it would be interesting to see what a male Meg would...
Nah, male Meg looking like this would be calm. No bullshit. It would be calm.
Be like, I doubt Family Guy would maintain that plot, and so this future will likely change at some point. But then, after everything Meg has endured over the years, she deserves a happy ending, wherever that may be. She embodies Family Guy's dark humor at its finest, a character so ridiculously unlucky that it's hilarious, but also kind of depressing if you think about it for too long. Actually, you don't even need to think about it for long, it's painfully obvious. Yet, despite the constant mistreatment, Meg has remained strong. Even when she veers toward the dark side, she somehow manages to pull herself back. Take the time she robbed a nursing home. Racked with guilt, she returned everything she stole. For someone who's essentially a walking case study on how bad life can get when no one cares, she just keeps showing up. If nothing else, that level of persistence has to count for something. So there, we've covered the entire life story of Meg Griffin. But if you think her story is the darkest, then you should check out the next video on Quagmire's life story and compare it for yourself.
I'ma let my hips talk. Put a 40 in it, think it got a clip, yeah.